so good to see you guys and to be back.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. And more so excited about this freaking topic, challenging stereotypes, women's expectations, and men's wallets. But before we get into that, guys, I missed y'all.
We
I
missed you
miss
too.
podcasting. The way you
Miss y'all
lie.
too.
No lying. I did. I missed you.
Oh,
Uh,
Kim. No, but really, it's good to be back. And we have CJ again with us. CJ, welcome. And thank you for
Welcome, welcome.
coming to
yeah,
be
what's
the
going on with
only
y'all?
man, the only man that wants to talk up for the rest of the men.
Ah, don't say that, because I'm a little different, man. I just tell y'all from my perspective. I don't want to speak for everybody else, So,
See, and
No,
with
we're
him
excited
being
to
here,
have you,
I feel
though.
like
So,
we
what's
got somebody
guys?
from each age category. You know what I mean? Like people from all of our like the different opinions. Because he's younger, aren't you, CJ? You're
Yeah.
like 20.
I mean, I'm actually 36, but I mean,
Oh,
it's.
Oh, CJ,
Oh,
you look good.
yeah. Okay.
36.
Told me you were
CJ
27.
is not
Hey,
36.
hey, hey, I'm capping. I'm capping. I'm capping. I'm 26. I'm 26. I'm
Yeah, I was about
capping.
to
I'm capping.
say.
Oh, okay. I'm like,
We had this
Yeah,
dang.
I'm capping. I'm
conversation.
capping. I'm capping. I'm capping. My bad.
26 years old. Hmm.
Yeah, turning 27 in May. In May.
Are you a Gemini?
Uh,
Taurus.
no, man. I'm a Taurus.
Taurus.
Oh, ooh. Okay.
Ooh.
Is that good? Okay, Taurus, my brother's a Taurus, and he's kind of cool. So we were supposed to go live on Instagram, but I can't see it, and I don't know how it works. I set it up that way, but maybe we see it afterwards. I was going to share it with Tony, but I don't see it. I don't
Okay.
know. Do you see it? You don't see it, right, Tommy? Are you on Instagram?
So,
No,
yes, I see it
you
on
do.
my live. Yes. I'm
Okay,
streaming live
I
on
don't see
Instagram
it.
right now.
Girl, not you, sis. I'm talking about the all of us. Can you see all of us?
I
Is,
don't
is
know.
it live
I
on
can
my
see the
page?
video. I don't know if it's live on your page. Okay, I'll go look. Hold on. I got my phone.
Please, because I can't see it all. But anyway, guys, I know this topic is a touchy topic. I want to know, should we just start the videos or should we just get into it? And what do you think?
I think we should give some context. So I think the video is a great context for us to like a jumping part, jumping off springboard. I think that would be really great.
I think what we need to be talking about is that in this podcast, we'll talk about ideas about money and gender and how that affects everyone. I think because for me, I will say why I put a lot of thoughts into it is because, I know Felicia has a son, I have a son, you have a son, CJ, Tanya has a son, and we are raising men. And what do we teach our children when we see that this is the new narrative,
Uh-huh.
that men are just there for this particular purpose? It's like these women want tradition, but do you really know what tradition is?
No.
And I'm not talking about, right, they simply don't know what tradition really is, because you're looking to be taken care of and be a pretty little princess, but you contribute nothing, and you think that your vagina is what it is, because that seems to be the narrative.
Yeah.
Okay. And I don't know about y'all, we've all been married, so we know what's up, okay? Uh, well, not all of us have been married, but we've been in relationships. Sex ain't everything. I mean, it's great, but it's not everything.
Mm.
Mm.
Anyway, I mean, it's important, guys. I can say, but anyway, we're not gonna talking about that. But the point is, I'm sick of this narrative, and it's freaking irritating.
Yeah.
Um, so which video do you think we should play first? Should we play the dinner one or the grocery shopping? You watch
Let's do
both
the
videos,
dinner
right?
one. Let's do the long one.
Okay.
Hey babe, was I wrong for how I moved at this girl's birthday dinner? So I get invited via my homegirl to go to this girl's dinner. I don't know her like that. I think I met her once through my homegirl a while ago. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go because you're inviting me. So I go, I get the girl a little gift or whatever. When I pull up, the first thing I realize is, first of all, everybody's on time. And second of all, a lot of people showed up for this girl's birthday dinner. It was over 12 people, probably over 15. I've never seen this many people at a birthday dinner at a restaurant in my life. As the night's going, people are buying their drinks and things like that. But what I started noticing is people's orders. You know, I'm a very observant person, so I started noticing people's orders, and they was ordering 2 and 3 appetizers, 3 and 4 drinks, the best, biggest T-bone steaks with the gold on it, and this, and truffle fries, and this, and this. Everybody was doing their thing. So something, I don't know what it was, at some point of the night after, you know, people was, you know, finishing up their plates and ordering their last drinks and stuff like that, I had to go to the bathroom, but something hit me on my way to the bathroom, like, you know, just stop and pay for your meal. Just stop by the bar, pay for your meal, tip out, do that. That's what I did. So by the time I go to the bathroom, pay for my bill, tip out and stuff like that, the waiter is coming around to the table wanting to know how we're going to do the bill, because the bill can only get split 2 ways, and he made that very clear. The bill can only get split 2 ways. So the girl looks down at the other end of the table where we're sitting, and she says, oh, well, 2 of the guests, they can put it on their card and everybody can cash app them and they can deal with the bill because I'm not worried about that. I'm the birthday girl. I heard it, but everybody around at the table act like they didn't. And I was completely not worried because, again, my bill is paid for, tipped and everything. I'm just kind of waiting on my homegirl. So after time has gone past, nobody's putting up the card. Nobody even touched the check, right? So finally, a dude that was there, he opened it being funny, and it was over $3,500. That's how much the bill was. It was over $3,500. When he said that, I just busted out laughing. I don't know why I find it to be so funny. I think it's because I knew it was about to be a shit show. So the person comes back around and notices that nobody's touching the bill, and it's like, hey, what are we doing about the bill? So she looks down towards our end again, which I don't know why she kept looking down towards our end. So finally she's like, all right, well, who's going to put down on the bill? So I don't say nothing. My homegirl, she don't say nothing. And then so finally another girl in the group was like, well, my homegirl, well, can we put it on your card and, you know, everybody just pay you back? My homegirl, she say no. Like, no, I'm not really comfortable with that. So things are starting to get heated now. There's a back and forth going between the restaurant, who's going to be paying, things like that. A lot of people are getting frustrated. Things are getting heated. So what do? I say, I'm going to excuse myself. Because first of all, I'm not about to be sitting in a food, restaurant, public setting and embarrass myself because y'all don't have y'all shit together, right? I don't do that. I don't play that. My shit is already taken care of. My bill is taken care of, tipped out, tipped beautifully. My bill came up to $100, and I'll never forget, it was $115 without tip, right? So I was like, I'm going to excuse myself. Get up, leave, call the Uber and all. My homegirl, because this is her friend. So she's staying trying to, you know, figure things out and stuff like that. Arguing, things like that with people. I'm not doing that. So I excuse myself and I leave because y'all need to figure this out. As I'm getting up to leave, well, what are you doing? Well, how are you leaving? You need to help pay for this bill, things like that. The waiter, before I could even say that, the waiter's like, his bill's already taken care of. He took, you know, he paid his bill and tipped out almost 45 minutes ago. Everybody's shocked, looking like, I'm hitting the door by now. I'm gone. I'm out. I get by the time I get home, about an hour, I would say later, I get a long text message from my homegirl. I think that it was real rude what you did at my homegirl's birthday dinner. I don't know where that type of etiquette came from. I texted her back a simple IDC.
Oh. Who would like to go first?
I
CJ,
will.
you go first.
Okay.
Okay.
Now,
No, go ahead.
I just kind of want to know, where did that come from? Like, where did that originate? Who said that? Who said, because I'm assuming it was because he was one of the only 2 guys there, that it was supposed to be them 2? Like, where did this originate? I have questions.
I don't know. It's new generation. But before I even answer, CJ, can you please tell us what you think, sir?
Yeah, so I'm not gonna cap. Me personally, and I'm just speaking for me, if I get invited somewhere and if it ain't Razoo's or Chili's or like what else I like to eat? Right, yeah, Razoo's, Chili's, or like a Twin Peaks
Jesus.
or something. I'm gonna say, y'all said Paris Steakhouse. Hold on. Oh no, I'm good. I'm cooling on that. Nah, y'all got it. But for this situation right here, I'm gonna say this: when you have that whole group functioning thing happen, I don't know about y'all ladies, but I'm the main one, especially because now now people should know. If you have a party bigger, the general consensus is like maybe around 6 people. So if you have, he said it was about 15 people, y'all should know they're not going to individually do the bill. That's not how they do it. So, so that's number one. Two, I don't know about y'all ladies, but I'm always the one. I'm thinking, while everybody having fun. Oh yeah, drinks on. Yeah. I'm in there counting. Okay, I had one drink. Okay, I did. Okay, I got that water. I'm making sure. I even keep like little notes because I almost got in this situation. Yeah, listen. So I almost got into a situation like this a while back, right? I got invited to
Wow.
go to a Perry Steakhouse, right? And after a party of 6, that's when they start splitting. They can only be actually that can only be on. Well, okay, no. So they can split it on like 2, and it was like 13 people that went, right? Bro, what the hell was that? Hey, was that my birthday?
I don't know, honey.
Hey, what the
I
hell?
don't know.
Who did that?
No, I don't
I
know.
do shit. I don't know. What the hell?
Nah, hey, but you know what? Hold on, but listen, but I sent a lengthy, not a lengthy text, but I called because this was something I got invited to, so I don't even know the shouted. And before we even got started, I was like, hey, y'all know this only on like 2 bills, right? Like, y'all know that, right?
Like 2 bills.
But I don't know why the balloon thing keeps on happening, but anyway, long story short, I made my intention now. I said, hey, I don't know what y'all got going on, but I'm keeping tabs, on my shit. We ain't about to be running up the check because it's your goddamn birthday and taking shots after shots at this high dollar ass restaurant. We ain't doing that. Especially in his position, he got invited out because the girl, like he cool with the girl, not even like the main chick. So I don't know why she tweaking on
Right.
him. Yeah, like it ain't his concern, to be honest. It should be the group of women you came with that personally. They should have had your back in that social setting. But that's me though. But I'm gonna give it to somebody else before I really get in. But go ahead, somebody. I'm
What about you,
interested.
Kim? But I just want to say this. CJ said he took notes. Did you hear that? He said he took notes.
What? Like I'm in the back of the class.
Yeah.
I showed the
Hey,
waiter.
you got
I
to.
said,
You have to.
I said, hey, miss, so I had this A, B, C, 3. Mine need to be only less than 150. Oh, it's $98. We in there. My bad.
I think it was just wrong of them to just assume that he was just going to be a part of the
Right.
whole discussion of it, of how it was going to get paid. I think before they went, and I do not like to be unorganized, and it sounds like this was an unorganized dinner where
Sounds
everybody
like
was
it.
just coming and having a good time. But I thought what they should have done is go ahead and send me the money now, and then I'll put it on my credit card. But if you don't want to, if you want to wait, and
We're
no,
not
we're
doing
not
that.
doing that. I'm not putting it
We're
on
not.
mine, and then we figure it out later on. No, we're
We
not doing
ain't figuring
that.
shit out.
No,
No.
Yes,
because
Zell.
that's
See,
not right.
that's what Zell's for. He's zeal it to me.
Right. And if the
Right.
birthday
Now,
girl
now.
is the one who organized her own party or whatever, I think she should be the one to pull out her credit card and say, y'all just, hit me back up or whatever. But she don't want to do that because she probably didn't have the funds, and just wanted to
Kim,
enjoy herself. But I don't think she should have been mad at that dude. I think the dude should have told his
No.
friend. The only thing I think he should have done that he did not do is talk to his friend, the one he came with, and say, hey, I've already paid my bill. I'm leaving. Because at that point, it's like, okay, I'm letting you know, not the whole table, but I came with you. So I already paid my bill. And I see y'all have discussion and stuff like that. I'm just going to catch an Uber instead of just upping and leaving.
And I think he did right because I'm gonna tell you why I think he did right. Because her reaction to him, I think that she may have invited him because she thought that he was gonna pay for it, right? Because sometimes people do that. I don't think she was a real friend to him either. So I'm not giving you no freaking heads up. You don't deserve that.
No, I would
Because
have
you,
gave her a heads up. I
uh,
came with you.
in hindsight,
I
in
came with
hindsight,
you, so I'm gonna let you know I paid my bill. I'm out.
I ain't telling you shit. Anyway, that's just me because I
So
don't like her
I
attitude.
thought that was the only thing that he did wrong. I don't see why his friend got. The only reason I see she upset is that, hey, why don't you let me know what was going on? Like I'm in the dark like everybody else, and you came with me. You know.
I don't know why you're in the dark anyway. When you're running up tabs and you can't afford, you shouldn't be
I
in the dark. You should
know.
eat what you can afford to pay for. No, what your thought was that those two Negroes sitting at the end, there was two men were going to pay for their meals because it makes them look a certain way. He just didn't give a damn because he knew. Because it sounds like he's very observant anyway. So he was watching this shit play out.
I know. I
I
wish he
think it
would have
was smart.
stayed so we could find out what happened at the end.
For real. Felicia, what about you?
I am anti this birthday culture. I feel like if you're gonna have a birthday party, when you say I'm having a birthday party, that means you provide the cake, the drinks, the food, and all that. If you say come celebrate my birthday with me, that's when you're saying, oh, okay, well, everybody's gonna pay. And my problem with it is that I personally don't do it unless I know the people, because you have a lot of the, because I'm old school. I know what I can afford. It's like you tell me a place, oh, I can't. Ain't no use to me going with y'all. Because anytime a tab comes out to $3,000 with 6 or 7 people, it's no use to me
Come
going.
on now.
I can't afford it.
Mm-mm.
And I think a lot of it is for show, for
Yeah.
the aesthetic. We want to be here for
Hmm.
the aesthetic, and we want to
Right.
went to this place that half of them probably can't even afford, that they don't have the
True.
money for. So it's like I have a problem with that anyway. And I'm like him. When you see this, I wouldn't. First of all, I wouldn't have went. When you have 12 people at a restaurant that's expensive, it's already gonna be a mess because they're usually gonna say one bit. Some places I've been to
I
is
do
one,
just one bill,
Yeah, they
right?
do
Just
the one
one
bill.
bill.
Mm-hmm.
you know. And I'm like what Tanya said. If you can't sell me your part right now, we're not putting it
It
on
ain't
my credit.
happening.
I
We're not
need
putting it
all
on there.
some, not half. I need all my money.
I need all my
Or I'm
money
putting
now. It has to equal up to what this bill is.
right.
If it
Who?
doesn't equal up to what this bill is, then no, y'all
And
gonna
the
have to pay
tip.
somebody else's credit
And the
card.
tip.
Take
Hey,
cash
so
out. I take
like,
Zelle. No, I don't
Yeah.
play things like that. And I think a lot of these, like my daughter, her age group, like the 20s, or sorry, CJ, those 20-year-olds, they're in this aesthetic, the aesthetic, but they broke. Half of them don't have careers. They have jobs.
They
And
have
they
jobs.
can't afford to do it. They live in a life they can't afford to live.
Yeah.
So, and see,
So why
my
are you going to Two Forks? Why are you going to Two Forks? You can't afford Two Forks.
you can't afford that.
Y'all
No.
need to go to Olive Garden. Why y'all going
Yeah.
there? Because y'all
Olive
can't afford
Garden's
that.
gross. We ain't got
Some
an
of them,
Olive Garden now.
to be honest,
Razzoos.
to be at Chili's because they don't have it like
They
that.
don't have it.
Right.
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 Like
That's very
when you
true.
go, my meter, when I go to, and I don't care what restaurant it is. I mean, me and my husband, we've run up $200 tabs, 100 with just the two of us. We ran tabs like that, but we know what the if I gotta sit here and count and I don't know, I don't need to be at that
Then
restaurant
you don't
because
need
I
to be at
can't
that
afford it.
restaurant. Exactly.
Period.
I
If
can't
you got to
afford
keep up with how many drinks you had, and ooh, can we only get one side because we can't afford to
Hi,
get extra
Tim.
sides? And
Yeah, and most nice restaurants are a la carte. So you're paying for the green beans, you
you paying
paying
Right.
for everything separately. If you're going to an expensive restaurant, everything costs. The
right,
truffle butter, the
right.
Right.
everything that you put on that plate is gonna cost you.
But
So
I think, and this is me, y'all, I be like, did these kids,
Right.
these grown adults that we've raised, the 20s, did they not have birthday parties? I mean, were they not celebrating? Because it's like a thing. I can remember being in my 20s with kids. I wasn't thinking about going to an expensive restaurant. So it's like,
me
did
neither.
they miss something? Or I
I
mean, why
know.
it's so important that you have all these people who truly are close. It's truly not a close because everybody's looking at everybody else and nobody trusts nobody else. So clearly y'all are not really friends. This just a party.
No,
I don't understand the
It's like
culture.
no.
going on a trip with your friends and you have that one friend that can't pay for nothing. It's like,
Or
why'd
it's
you
on a
come on this
budget.
trip? Why'd you come on this trip?
Yeah.
Right. What's your
Just stay
So
your
can
ass
birthday?
at
you
the
pay my
house.
Right.
Right.
so I can get in can you pay my cover charge? Can you get my meal
No,
tonight? Can you it's like, why'd you
no.
come on this trip?
You know,
Just stay your ass at
I've
home.
been on trips. I have been on trips with people like that, and it's like, hey,
Name some names,
can you
Kim.
get my
It's people we
lunch?
know.
Can you get my dinner? Can you get my this? And I'm like, okay, you really can't afford anything.
Name
no.
the
And
names,
if I'm
Kim.
on a trip, I'm not eating at McDonald's. I'm not eating at Whataburger. I'm eating at the local restaurants. Like me and my husband, we were in Hawaii, we ate at different restaurants. I think the cheapest place we ate at probably was Cheesecake Factory.
There you go. Tip says going on a trip with no money, can't afford to eat. Stay in the hotel room.
Stay in the hotel room. Is that what you call it? No, I
Girl,
feel
yeah.
bad. No, I
Go
felt bad.
to Walmart and get you some snacks, sis. Go get you some snacks from Walmart and you stay.
No,
Get you some lunch meat and some bread, okay?
you shouldn't
Because
do
that's
What
that. You
so.
shouldn't
what's
do
fun about a
that.
trip? You can't enjoy the culture. You're there to
Right,
enjoy the
Right.
culture.
right,
If you're in Hawaii, Hawaiian culture. You want to eat what they eat.
You want to eat what they
right,
You
exactly.
Whataburger and McDonald's at home. You can do
I
that at
know,
right.
home.
but when you hear them say, "I don't have nothing to get souvenirs with," I didn't budget. You just feel bad for them, you
Yeah,
know.
I mean, okay. When I
Kim,
travel,
look
That's
at
we're
why I
not
don't do it.
sad.
I'm sorry, I can't do it.
when I
I
See,
can't.
travel, but we do have a travel budget. Like we plan on spending this much money on food per day. Like some days we go under, some days we go over. But you still like budget, but not to
right,
where it's so budgeted that you can't go nowhere. It's
right.
uh, you know.
Right, that makes sense. I think that people don't know what the actual definition of tradition is. These young girls want to be traditional. I want to read the definition, what Google says. Google says traditional woman is a married woman who chooses to be a homemaker as a primary occupation and adheres or embodies traditional femininity and female gender roles, often associated with conservative or alt-right political values. Okay. But that's not what they're doing, though, as you can tell.
I mean, technically they are because traditionally they would be they're. I mean, guess because they're expecting the men to pay for it. That is kind of on that end, but today's
Mm-mm.
traditional woman is not that definition.
Right.
Mm-mm,
No, today's is definitely not that at all.
So
I mean, at all.
it's
And
but
this is
it's
not. This is
but
not even
what they're
talking
trying
about
to
being from Africa. This is just regular tradition. Like you can't even cook, sis.
right,
Okay, you can't do nothing. All you
right.
think sex is gonna do it. It's not. And
Mm-mm.
even cooking is not enough. There's more to being a
no.
traditional woman. Like
I
you
know
can
a lot of men
No,
who cook
when
better than a
I
girl,
talk
lot
don't
of
even
females.
start it.
when I talk to young people who are like getting ready to get out of high school and they're getting ready, well, some are going to college, some aren't, but when they decide what they, going to the next phase of life, all of them say, I just want to meet someone and just stay at home. I'm like, really?
Mm-mm.
Really? That's your dream?
I
Oh,
don't think
yes. I want to be a housekeeper. I
to be
want to be a housemaker. I just want a husband I have to take care of and kids.
I
And I'm
don't
like,
think they even
Oh,
know what a traditional wife is.
yeah,
It's not just it's so much more than cooking and cleaning. It's
yes.
running the home. It's like you're running the home. That's your primary job. You're
yeah.
paying
Right.
bills. You're making sure the house is kept clean. You're making sure the family home is stocked. Like if you're a primary homemaker, you're finding ways to save money, to budget.
Right.
You're living a life where not just a reckless life where I'm just going and I'm shopping. No, you're making sure the kids are taken care of. You're making sure you're at events, volunteering, doing things. So it's not just I'm
Right.
gonna sit at home and I'm gonna go to the mall. No, it's
Hmm.
it's more than that. It's
I
so much
know.
more.
And I'm just gonna use my coochie. But let me say this.
Good
Let me
luck.
say this though. From what you described, Felicia, you describing the Proverbs 31 woman. She did everything. Actually, if you read it in the Bible, she did everything.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I mean,
and
she was a
taking care of
badass.
a lot.
I was
And I don't think at this point in my daughter's life, I don't think they're ready to take care of a home. Because my daughter told me I'm too selfish. Yeah, because you have to take care of your kids, you have to take care of your husband, you have to take care of your home.
Right.
Now, your husband has his duties too, because that pressure on him, you got to get out there, you got to make this money, you got to make sure the cars are good, you got to make sure the yard is good, you got to make sure the trash
Right.
is out, you got to make sure the garage is good, you got to make sure something break down that you're able to either fix it or get it fixed.
Or afford.
So
Afford to
there,
get it fixed. Yep.
he has jobs too, and he got to feed us too. It can't be just you're on me cooking every day, cooking every day, cooking every day. Nah, brother, you need to make enough money. We go out every once in a while. What if I get sick? What if something happens? Or I can't cook anymore? You know,
Right.
Life insurance,
Right.
health insurance. You gotta make sure as a homemaker you run a home like a business, like you
Like a
running your own
business.
business.
I agree.
Well,
I agree.
no, and I'm gonna just add just like my 2 cents, and
Mhm.
and y'all can correct me if a young brother is wrong, which I know all
We
four of y'all
will.
will have to answer
Yes,
one, two,
sir.
three, four. So listen, so what today's market, relationships nowadays, it has gotten really transactional, meaning, if because you have a lot of men, and when I'm saying men, I'm gonna speak for everybody that's like around like over 21. You know what I'm saying? Even though so
Right.
it's become transactional instead of traditional, meaning because we're in not and when I mean we, I'm just saying I have a penis, I'm a guy biologically. So
No,
with
we
that
didn't
being said,
know.
well, I mean, well, shit, hey, shit, man, nowadays, yeah, you can be whatever, whole different conversation. Anyway, it's become transactional instead of traditional, because we're hearing a lot of ladies saying money, 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 right? So I'm not gonna cap me personally. Oh, if that's all it is, then shit. Well, then let me just shower you with what I can do for you, but a trade-off is I don't want you to have an opinion. I don't want you to, if it ain't to cater towards my needs, then we don't need to be talking. That's how some men look at, oh, it's transactional. All she's talking about is money, 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 and she's not bringing nothing else. So that's why you have a lot of men. You actually have a lot of older men now. Now they think today's game, they riz is just, oh, let me just flex how much money I got. Let me see what I can provide for her. Then you have the young impression, or she don't even gotta be young, because you got ladies that are around 35 and up, they still the Lulu, right? Right,
Hey, stop talking about me, CJ.
Nah, not you, not you, no.
Hey,
No,
hey, a little bit, just a little
no,
bit.
not at all, not even. But you have some women, in that category that they still haven't quite grasped it yet. You know what I'm saying? So, so that older guy or the dude that has the money or whatever, he's just throwing all this, oh, here's something I can do for you. And then in return, he's not going to expect the baby girl to do nothing than what he's talking about. So it came less traditional. It's more transactional, so just like, just a little key, you can't start, if you start with money, then you already starting on the wrong foot. If you starting off with
Absolutely.
if you starting off with whatever, some shit you can't keep up with, then you starting off on the wrong foot. That's why I feel like nowadays it just became so transactional.
Yeah, I got 2 points, and I'm just gonna make them quick. The first point, a marriage is transactional.
Yep, I'm about to say.
It's naturally transactional.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't understand they understand transactional from a money point. But if your husband can do flooring, put a roof on the house, fix a car, that's things he can do that bring something to the table. If your wife can make homemade bread from scratch and she can do this, that's currency. If your wife know how to wash, she know how to cook, she know how to clean, that's part of the transaction. But they think transactional only money wise.
Yeah.
Right.
Another
Okay.
delusional thing is these men that are my age, that are in their 50s, they actually but are now,
Hospice
you know, a sugar
husbands.
daddy used to be a sugar daddy. If you was 50, you was a sugar, you was over 50, you was a sugar daddy if you had a 25-year-old girlfriend. Period. These older men now think because I look good for 50, I'm not a sugar daddy. Yes, you are. You're still a sugar daddy. Because if you're dating a woman that's 25, there's nothing a 25-year-old woman wants to do with a 50-year-old man that's not financially based. So it's
Thank
like
you.
they're like but they
Whoa.
actually are delusional thinking that these women want me because I look good because I'm 50. No, she doesn't. It's
Yeah.
about the money, sir.
So as
But
a
okay,
single,
aren't all relationships transactional?
Mhm.
yes,
I
Right.
think so.
They are,
yeah,
except this is like I give you something, you give me something, right?
Right,
It's
right,
just the way it is because one person's gonna feel like they're just giving, 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 and you taking.
right.
So all relationships are transactional,
But
right?
if
But
if
I
a,
think
if
what
but if a
CJ is talking
person
about
but if
is
a
on a
person
different
is a
level.
giver, if a person is a giver, Rabia, right? And that
Hmm.
is their love language, and that's how they receive and whatever love. I mean,
Well, it's still a transactional because the way you reciprocating that's a transaction, right? So if
Right,
your love language is gifts
right,
and and somebody else is different and you give that to each other, that's transactional. It's just not, money.
right,
But that's not how most people think anyway. And what CJ was saying is so valid because
right.
the narrative now is, oh, you got to make this amount of money, you got to do this. And then the females, okay, the delusion is so. Have you seen the people that are requesting this kind of treatment though? Have you
see,
seen I
yeah,
don't even what they
I
but what's
girl?
wrong with wanting someone who makes a certain amount of money?
okay.
That's just a
Do you
standard,
no?
right?
Hold on. There's nothing wrong with that. But the nasty ass attitudes. Have you seen some of that?
Okay,
It's your
okay.
attitude as well. The
So
fuck?
that's where I was going with this. I don't
Okay.
think really it's more about, yes, relationships are transactional, but I think it's about the other person's mindset. Where are your
Yeah.
mindset at? Because yes, I am a single female who goes on dates, and I my range varies. I try it out. Like, hey, but it's right. It's transactional. I want to see how this is going. But my mindset isn't like, oh, well, you got to do this and you got to do that. Now, when I do treat them like that is when they automatically jump at me for sex. When they do that to me, hey, well, what are you gonna do for me then? I mean, it's like, why you just jumped into the you didn't just let things happen, you just straight because a lot of
So
and I'm gonna say this, older men, okay, they automatically that's where they go to, and it's like,
no, you're
you're
right,
like
Tanya.
60, sir. What
Right,
did you think? What did you think I was gonna expect when you hit a
right,
35-year-old
You're right.
single woman
right,
up? Yeah,
right,
no, hey, you're older. Like, I want a nice date. Like we're not go, and I sometimes, and I'm reasonable too. The first time just to see if you even like me, we can go hang out and have a couple drinks and stuff, like, but no, eventually, hey, I expect a certain level of things, but I expect what I can afford. Okay. So I'm also, old enough to where I have the mindset that, okay, we're going to this restaurant. I can afford this restaurant,
right,
so I can reciprocate this. I'm not over here like, oh, well, you got to do this, you got to do that for me. And I can't even
Right.
afford to go eat at the taco stand. I'm
right,
not doing that.
right,
Right.
right,
So though the girls that are going viral on social media, who's making this, like, to me, is of course the younger generation, but it's
Hmm.
embarrassing because, like, who taught y'all that?
right.
Their mamas.
It,
Ooh,
I,
Rabia, show that
but see, I'm
video.
their mama because
yeah,
I'm here, like,
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
hold on. You're gonna see this other video, y'all.
Okay, yeah, let's do that one. It's fine.
Okay.
Wait, so will flirt with you at the grocery store, but not offer to pay for your groceries? Get the fuck out of my face! I beg your fucking pardon. What the fuck you think this is? I'm over here shopping for things, and you're flirting with me while I'm shopping for things, but not offering to pay for the things that I'm shopping for while you're trying to flirt with me. Are you stupid? Like, the only way to win right now is to pay for the groceries. If not, move the fuck around. Move around. Because you're definitely not moving on up. Thank you.
That shit irritates me.
Okay, yeah, it's the mindset and the nasty ass attitude.
mhm.
Yeah. Like move around because he flirts with you in the grocery store. So he's supposed to pay for your groceries. Like
See,
who
but
lives that way? Like who?
okay,
Like really? He actually believes it. She clearly she does. I can't imagine. And we
Yeah,
are raising sons in this generation. Like really? Oh my
and
God.
again,
hey, I'm gonna
we
teach my
start.
son how to talk shit back. Like, hey, bitch.
Well, somebody had to have done that for her before. Flirted with her
No,
wherever she was at and paid for
Or
whatever.
maybe a homegirl gets different treatment and she thinks she should
maybe.
get that too. Something.
Hey, nah, hey,
That
so
happened to me one
what?
time, y'all, and he paid for my groceries though. I did one time.
Groceries, a stranger, and it wasn't
Hey,
that I thought I was hungry.
Yeah.
so like like so here my thing is right, and I'm gonna just keep it a trill. What's and it's the generation is right. She's acting like that. See, here's what I like to call, and I'm about to get real, not too vulgar, because y'all like my tea ladies now, and I'm on this, but basically,
Well,
is
and the
you got
balloons too. So,
right. I'm trying to see if that shit happened because I did this shit right. But anyway, so she's acting, and I guarantee you, she's acting like that because she probably got one of them lame niggas doing it. See, here's what's happening. See, you got the lame, you got these weak ass men that do this shit, right? So so of course, if you're accustomed to these lame, weak ass men keep doing this for you, of course you're going to expect that level of treatment, right? What she needs to run into is one of these real ones out here like, hey, that's how you feel? I bet. You know what I'm saying? And go ahead and make a U-turn. But but you know what, that type of lady, all I can think of, my son would know not even to go for somebody like that. Because obviously what she is asking for, and at the end of the day, what she is asking for, you cannot provide. And better yet, even if you could provide
that's
the
so
shit,
true.
I
That's
don't
so
even
true.
know. I don't even know if that's something you want to be a part of.
That's
So
so true.
just to keep it a trill, if you seeing her and all her statuses on Facebook is about how she want a nigga to pay for every goddamn thing, but you can
Baby.
only pay for one meal, don't even approach that.
Taco
Baby,
Bell.
you look fine, you look good as hell, but damn, I can't do nothing with you. I can't. Maybe somebody else can, but that's okay. That's the point of, bro, we in the DFW area. It's like 3 million people up here. If that's it,
But see,
you know what I'm saying? So,
that's the thing. This woman is not even in a relationship, right? This is what's crazy to me. It's different if you're in a relationship. You're not even in a relationship. You just met a Negro at a grocery store and he probably,
Right.
said something and you thought, oh, since he's flirting, pay for my groceries. Like, this
Right.
is not your man.
To me, that's a poverty mindset. Like, to be honest with you, and I know I'm being very stereotypical right now. She's probably
Nah,
messing
you ain't.
with dope boys, dope men, stuff like that throw money like that
Mhm.
around. But my
Okay.
key that I tell my son is watch how a person moves. You know, when you start trying to find a mate, you as a person, if you don't have your own apartment or house or whatever, and you don't have your own car or whatever, and you don't have your own money or whatever, you're not ready for a relationship because you don't even meet the basic standards of living. You're not even there yet. So if
mhm.
she's living with go to her house. Is she sleeping on a mattress? Is she sleeping on a because women be saying they used to one thing and you get to their house and you're like, it ain't no furniture in here.
Right.
How you
Them
live
broke mother.
at these expensive restaurants?
No, CJ.
How are you eating at these expensive restaurants? And I've seen Louis Vuitton stacked up on the floor by a air mattress. It's like, okay, where are your priorities? And a
I
lot of
know.
these people that have this kind of rhetoric have no priorities when it comes to
Right.
basic life skills.
That's so
Cooking,
true. What
cleaning.
what
Having
CJ said is so
out.
true. It'll never be enough for her.
No,
Never.
You'll never be able to meet that. You'll never be able to.
no.
You could
But
throw
somebody
money,
said that
and
she
for that,
probably
you
needs
can throw
dope
money
dealers
at
or
her
something.
and
Who said
throw
that?
money at her and get her everything she wants, and it still won't be enough.
No.
It's like Felicia said, it's a poverty mindset. It'll never be enough.
Yeah.
Now, who said that she probably went out with dope dealers? Somebody said that. Was it?
Me.
Felicia.
Yeah, and when you said that, that kind of makes sense because they used to doing whatever, and even her attitude seemed like she's about that life anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you go in the fridge and
Yeah,
freeze
I
it?
don't know. To me, I
Bro,
just
who
think it's
you?
so the attitude and the mindset
Pasta?
is just so ugly,
Okay.
and it's making it worse. But you see it more in the younger generation. I mean, you just see it in the younger generation. I would say the 20s.
Yeah.
At 30, that's where the ones that are 20 down now, that's the ones that are. And I'm trying to get, make sure my daughter's not like that. Sometimes I have to catch her. I'm like, no, you don't treat somebody like that, or you don't think that way. Like, I
So,
understand it. It's a good thing, but I had to catch her a few times.
Yeah, but
hey, now,
sometimes you attract with the bait that you use. That's what you attract. People don't realize the energy you have, your disposition. Those are the type of people you attract, and you wonder why you attract all these horrible people. It's because you're a horrible person. Like if you got a man, if your criteria in a man is that he throw money, it's consequences that go with that throwing the money. Like shut up, B, do what the F I say, and all the fight and all the beat. That comes with some of that kind of money.
But
The
you know what though?
get it from.
You're right, but Felicia, there's some men that actually lead with money, right?
Mm-hmm.
And as I've been navigating the single life, I noticed that there are some men, the ones that lead with money is actually trying to trap you. So they want you to be financially dependent on you, and then they flip,
Mm-hmm.
right? On them, I
mm,
mean.
Oh
And then they flip.
wow.
So they offer you everything up front. I
Yeah.
mean, you think like, oh my God,
mm.
he
Oh my
must love
God,
me.
I got one. Oh
Nope.
God.
I mean, send you
I worked
pictures
the
of
hard way.
houses, rings, cars, all that shit. And you're like, Negro, I just met you. Why you? To me, that's a red flag.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
I
sorry.
felt it one time. It
That
was
will make me run off
horrible.
on the other side because I don't like that shit.
I
Things
think
happen in time. When it's time, stuff will happen. Don't like project that. You were saying something, Tanya, about how sometimes when you meet a man, right? Well, I'm paraphrasing you. You look at him because he talks a certain way, and you'll say, "This nigga needs to be used because the way he's acting." You understand? Some men will
mhm.
put you in their mindset to treat them bad because of how their attitude is. And with stuff like that, you just leave them alone,
Yeah.
really. But
Mm-hmm.
there's some men you like,
When
I'm
you
gonna show
find
you
men
grace.
that throw money at you,
I don't like that.
they are not emotionally mature. They're
Mm-mm.
just not.
Yeah, but
No,
I'm gonna be honest, y'all. I mean, I don't think there's really that many of them out here anymore. Honestly, like I don't think
there's
that.
a lot of
I
them.
think females are lying about what men are doing out here. Because I think men are sick of it. Like of a consensus of what I've been taking, guys are sick of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then a lot of
Baby,
them,
them African men, them African men, child. Nah,
wow,
there's a lot of them out here.
still,
Yeah.
Eh,
Yes,
well. I mean, now here's something that hold on. Now, this is something that I'm learning, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is me. Now, is my bankroll right? Not yet, but we right. Shit, hey, hey, next year, I'm about to start acting different. There will be signs that I'm in a different tax bracket. There will be signs. I just start buying some random ass shit. I don't even need like a damn donkey or
don't
some
do
shit.
it. I'm
It's
hey,
just
learn for someone who learned the hard way. Don't do it.
Nah, I got you. But you know what? But it's like as I'm starting to get up there. I ain't quite there, but I'm starting to notice a lot of people that have to throw their career or their financial status, their personality is shit. They don't have no personality. Bro, listen, you can be a lame nigga with a bunch of money. And that's something I didn't know. I thought when I was a youngster, like in my 1920s, I'm grinding, I'm making $12 an hour at like Sam's Club and shit. I'm thinking, I'm thinking all these high executive people. I'm thinking, man, I want to be like y'all. It's not until I sit in the room with them, I'm going out the drinks. I'm like, bro, you niggas is really lame, bro. Like y'all wives that's with y'all. Bro, you have no personality. Your personality, you can't hold a conversation. So you have to make up with what you can financially do. And it's a lot of them out there. You can have your money, but it's a lot of lames that got it. There's nothing wrong, and which, like I said, there's nothing wrong with, getting your bread, but you don't have to lead with that. Hell, your personality got to start somewhere. But but at the end of the day, when that lady, because she's gonna get tired of all the. Eventually, it's a saying goes in my aunt used to say. He used to say, nephew, if you have steak every day, you get tired of it too. You know what I'm saying? So eventually, she gonna get tired of you. You doing all this nice shit, and then when she really look at you, y'all want to have a conversation. She gonna be like, you know what? We don't click because you don't have no personality. It's because you started with everything you can do for her. So that's something to be, word to the wise.
I agree.
Mm,
I agree.
yeah. This topic was for CJ because you on fire today.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm for real. Like, nah, man. Hey, because bro. Because I used to be that youngster, man. I used to look up all these. I'm thinking all these. These older men that had the women, the older men that had the nice house. It's till I'm finally starting to get up there to where I'm sitting on these on these boards. I'm looking at them. I'm going out to drinks. I'm meeting their wives. Some of them wives, they're unhappy. Tell me why I'm making more conversation with your wife than you. I ain't never seen her smile. Not to say I was shooting, but I don't never see her smile
Were
when
you?
she, when
They
she,
got them. They flirt with a young, with
nah,
everything.
nah.
It's
I'm
an
just,
excitement.
nah. I mean,
Hey,
like, nah.
we call someone like you a tenderoni. Yeah, ooh, I got me a tenderoni now.
Type shit. Nah, just not like I'm just saying, like, it's funny because you sit around these people and then you listen to what they got going on, and it's like, bro, it's so sad that you had to leave with what you can do with somebody. And we all got sons. I'm telling my son, don't. Well, for one, get your shit straight. Because you can't be a leader. Like, you can't be a man if you can't handle your own business. So that's for one.
Right.
That's what. So fuck trying to do for somebody else. But if the right woman will understand. Listen, he's on his grind. He can't provide for me. That's okay, because I love you. I love what my son name is Caden. I love what Caden got going on. I'm gonna stick with you because I see the mindset. You'll get there eventually, but you're not quite there now. That's okay. You have some people, and once again, I'm gonna never tell my son, don't lead with that whole, once you gotta start flexing what you do and everything, you already lost. Because why are
Right.
you starting the conversation with, oh, I'm the president financial, or oh, I make this amount? Like, what the fuck they gotta do? That don't. Okay, so you may have impressed some young impressionable one. Okay, and then what?
Right.
Yeah, that's just like when you get into a relationship, do you want a partnership or a leadership? Do you want to partner with somebody? Partner doesn't mean that the wife doesn't submit, but y'all are working together. That's a partner.
Right.
We have the
Right.
same goals. We riding in the same direction. That's
Right.
a leadership is one person has the ultimate dominant control. Is that what you
And you
want?
don't say shit.
Yeah, you
Right. Nah, can't do that.
no, we shut it up,
Mm-mm.
shut it down. No, you're not going
Yeah.
out of
Yeah,
town.
we're
No,
not
you're
doing
not
that.
doing. That's a leadership. And it's hard to have a partnership when you have nothing to offer. And it
Right.
doesn't necessarily mean money. Like CJ said, you can't hold a conversation. You can't support
Right.
me. You can't be my cheerleader. You can't cook me no meal. You can't, what? I mean,
What can you do, sis?
what can you
Why
do?
are you here, ma'am? What? No, I mean, because I got two girls, and there's some things, conversations that I won't even tell you we have, but it's very, very honest.
Mm-hmm.
Like the other day, the two small ones got into a fight, like literal fight. And I let them like not talk for about 2 days. And then I sat them down and I told my daughter, I said, your brother needs respect. And I told my son, she needs protection. And as I was talking to them, I'm like, this is real life shit. Later on, as they get older, that's what his woman's going to require. And that's what her man's going to require. And just because that's your brother, you don't talk to him recklessly and think at some point will not react,
That's right.
because that's going to happen and you're going to lose respect for each other. And things happen in life. Have you noticed that some siblings don't even talk to each other because of the stuff that happened in childhood, because the parent wasn't wise enough to see certain things and stop it? Because we've made mistakes, right? We know, like, I'm divorced, so there's things I've done that I'm like, shit, I'll never do that again. So I can teach my son that, and I can teach my daughter that, and tell them, no, that's not how we do this in this house. You understand what I'm saying? But I think that's what's lacking in these young girls. No one is telling them the truth. No one is giving them like real honest talk. Like, you can't like this and think that you're going to get the man you want. Because they'll take you, baby. They'll sleep with you, but they're not gonna want you for real.
But
Yep.
I do
You know.
want to
So
say this just to kind of, be in the neutral zone to say women have expectations though. Have expectations of what you
yes,
want. Know
absolutely.
For
what you
real.
want.
For
And
real.
if you want the man with the big wallet, then that's what you want. I'm not
Right,
saying that's a bad thing. That is not a bad thing, wanting a man with a wallet. I'm sorry.
right.
Some people
It's
can't be
not.
poor. I don't want to build a business with you. I don't want to be on the ground level with you, and I don't want
Right,
to do that. I want to come
right.
in when you've
That's
already
real.
made your money. And that's the kind of woman I am, and that's the kind of woman. Hey, if that's you, rock that out. Rock that out. There's not see, I don't think there's anything wrong with women saying, I want the man with the big wallet.
No, Kim, that's not the issue. The issue is your freaking
Right.
attitude.
Attitude.
That's
Yeah,
my
it's the
problem.
attitude about it.
It's the attitude for me. It's okay.
Yeah,
You
I
like
think
what you
that
like.
attitude is
You can have what you want. Guys, you know where I'm from. There's certain shit I'm not accepting. I am sorry. I have expectations and there's standards. Yes, I'm not sitting here saying I don't have standards and expectations. That is false. But
Mm-hmm.
my attitude is not nasty.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? It's not a nasty attitude. No, you allowed to have that. But hell, you thinking because a Negro spoke to you in the grocery store, he should buy your groceries? What the
yeah,
No,
fuck is
hey,
that?
Yeah.
I
If
no.
gotta
you
go
don't
so
want to be
much.
bothered, you just
So
simply say,
much.
"Oh, thank you," and keep it moving.
Right. Or mean mug, or just be like, whatever you need to do.
Yeah.
Something.
Kim, you're and just forgive me if I'm wrong, but your daughter is married, correct? Or she just got married, right? No,
No, none of my all three of my
I'm
daughters, none of them are
tweaking.
married.
I'm
Yes, you
tweaking.
are.
Never mind. I'm okay. So I'm gonna throw. I don't know why. Like, hey, no cap. I
Maybe it's
followed you on
prophesying,
IG.
Kim.
No. I followed you on IG, and I just thought I seen something, but I could have seen that wrong. So I apologize.
Yeah.
I'll let you know if I was creeping on you, shit. My bad. But no. But I mean, but to your point, Kim, like you're absolutely right. Like there's nothing if you have expectations. If because I'm thinking if I had a daughter, right? Okay, yeah, I probably wouldn't want my daughter with some broke ass, you know what I'm saying? I feel that. But now what I will say is I'm like, hey, now listen, you need to you need to have a better insight on potential. You need to have a better insight on, hey, his work ethic is right here, right now. He can't do shit right now just because of either his age, he doesn't have the education, but he's working on that. That's somebody you may want to,
No, I get that. I get potential. I do. I get potential.
for sure,
I'm
for
just
sure.
saying
Okay.
some women can't do potential.
I'm
They just
not.
No,
can't.
okay. Well, okay.
They
I'm
Hey,
just
that's
not.
facts.
I
That's
did it.
facts.
I did that. It didn't work.
And it's not, what I don't
Okay, so I want to chime in on this
with
one because
Oh, shit.
I have standards, and part of my standards is honestly I don't want no one who's building over. I don't, I I don't want to. It depends on where they're at, but like someone in their age and things like that, like hey, you're 50 and you're starting over, like no, I can't be a part of that. You know what I mean? You're 25 and you ain't really never done anything before. I can't do that, so there's like different levels to it. But
Yeah.
I do
Right.
know that if I do get a man who is successful and is doing this, I know what I need to bring to take care of that man. I know that I'm, and I do decent in what I do in my life. And so I know what I need to bring to the table. I need to be, their support system. I need to be there
Right.
and make sure that they have whatever they want. I might have to shut the fuck up sometimes. I said that word, sorry. I might have to shut up sometimes. I might have to be a little bit more submissive because I want a man who makes more than me. I don't want to make more than my man because I've seen that's for me, that's not going to work.
But why do you have to be submissive though? This is a whole nother topic, I think. So, but
Yeah.
why do you have to be submissive? I just think you just
I'm
need
not
to
saying
be
submissive, like all the way
Kim.
submissive. I'm not saying like, oh, but I do in what in my beliefs that yes, I would be a little bit more caring. I would be a little bit more nurturing and submissive.
Okay. But
I do.
I think, and this is what I believe to be true, this is some advice that my dad gave me before I got married. It is the best advice ever. You don't date potential. You never date potential. You date is he fiscally responsible? If he only makes 50K a year, is he living within his means? Because he says the bigger the pocketbook, the more or less responsible that person will be. If they're already irresponsible with 50, they're going to be doubly irresponsible with 100.
That's
They're going
so
to be
true.
triply irresponsible with 300,000. So is this person a fiscal responsible person? Because the only thing money does is make you more of who you are. If you're already reckless at 100,000, you're going to be more reckless at 1,000,000. So he's like, are they fiscally responsible? Are they mentally responsible? Is this person crazy? Like, see how a person is through all the seasons. Right. And I think those are the skills that we're not teaching, not we as in us, but that we are not instilling in the younger generation. Like, is a person mentally stable? Are you mentally stable? Like, do you need counseling? Do you need help? Do you need work on yourself? Because it's a lot of times, it don't be other people. You might meet 5 good men, but if it's something wrong with you here, or something that you need to work on, it's you. So I really do believe that you should not. I agree 1,000% with Kim. I don't want to be in a struggle. I'm not going to be in a struggle. I'm going to look at this man. Is he driving a hoopty? Because I know a bunch of men right now to this day, if you see them, they're driving a hoopty. They're my age. They're driving a hoopty, but they got millions of dollars in the bank.
Right.
Yes, I know some people like that too.
So are you fiscally responsible? And that's the one thing that I loved about my husband. We can have $5, we can have $100,000. He is fiscally responsible. He's like, we say this. Oh, I'm taking this money, doing this with it. Fiscally responsible, because we both can't be reckless. I'm reckless.
Right.
I just say, show me what I can spend. You do all the bills, you do the spreadsheets, show me what I can spend. So it's important that you have that kind of partner.
Right.
Yeah, for real.
I mean, that is nice. Like that.
I wish I had that. Like,
that would be bomb. Like, because I need somebody that will create structure for me, and I will follow that structure. And then when I come more to the left or the right, I can say, "Hey, babes, get back in here," and I'm okay with that. I don't look at that as like, "Oh, he's telling me what to do." I know what my areas are, and I need somebody that can help me with that. A lot of women, well, a lot of people don't think that. Oh, he's telling me what to do. No, he's not. That's not my strong suit. Like, I think the problem is that we don't
what I meant by
rely on each other. Strong, like, maybe I'm the prayer warrior and you the financial person. That's fine. You do that well. I do this well. We don't need to
work it out. Yeah, it works.
Yeah, but I think it's a lot that these girls they don't know how to articulate what they really need. They really don't know what they need because we haven't talked need. That hasn't been our generation. I'm not saying us personally. Our generation are not teaching those basic life skills on how to get a man. My mama already told me, don't bring no broke man here. You don't do it. I didn't understand it. I didn't, I'm 19. I want to love him. She said, baby, love don't pay bills. Love will have you homeless. It's
big facts.
And love won't live here anymore if I'm hungry. Mr.
This was great.
I know a few millionaires that drive hoopties.
This was a great comeback for us to come back in February and start off. Woohoo! We did it. I'm so excited.
Wrap it up. Have you noticed that, guys? Okay, let's go to final thoughts.
Yes, I will give my final thoughts. Okay. My final thoughts are stop putting your business on the internet. No.
That too.
Final thoughts. Know what you want. That's what I say. Know what you want.
Yeah.
Know what you want, women. Men, know what you want. Teach your sons, teach your daughters to know what they want in their mates.
Yeah.
And not settle. That's my final thoughts.
CJ, because you are a guest today, what are your final thoughts?
So, next episode need to be about what we talked about at the very last, because I have some points I disagree with my sister Kim and Felicia, but that's okay. We're gonna wrap this up. My final thoughts is pertaining to the video. Always know where you're about to go. Like, don't just pull up. Always know where you're about to go so you can look up that menu on your mobile app and see, oh, okay, this may be a little too much for my blood. Or if it is, you may want to let your homeboy know, hey, listen, bro, hey, this like $100 a plate, right? So do your research before, and for the whole and entirety, make sure you have your own stuff together before you want to try to entertain or date anybody else. Make sure you have it together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Tanya?
I feel that women need to be realistic. I think that we need to have these conversations because clearly, things are just getting really out of hand. And men, if you know you can't afford it, just don't do it. It's like, leave her alone. 25 and she wants you to take all her homegirls to dinner. What do you think? Come on now.
Because she thinks you're
Be
simping.
realistic. Just because you're 50 and you look good doesn't mean like the 25-year-old wants you. So let's be realistic. So our expectations can fit nicely together, because if you are realistic, you knew that you couldn't go with that type of female.
Right.
Mine is to pray. My final thoughts is to pray about it. Pray about all things. Pray about relationships. Pray about, sending you a mate, and pray about yourself and what's going on with you. As far as the dinner thing goes, go out with people that you know and you love. Don't go out with all these random people, because that's where you really see the issues, is with random people, like your friends, or your friend's brother or sister. Go out with the people that you know, and don't try to impress. And then the last thing is marry somebody you respect, both men and women. If you don't respect the person, there's no use in marrying the person.
I agree. My final thoughts is that I agree with everything you guys said. And CJ, I really like what you said about looking at the menu, knowing what you can afford, because you shouldn't go anywhere, even anywhere, that you cannot do for yourself.
Come on.
That is crazy to me. Like, because have you noticed there's a lot of these narratives now where the guy is like, well, if you're not going to go home with me, then I'm not paying for your food. Can you imagine, as a female, you going there and you have no money? You should have never went on that date in the first place. Like, now I'm at your mercy. The hell?
Yeah.
No.
Hey, and personally, I make sure I have enough to pay for both of us. So you know what? Here, bye. Don't ever call me again.
I pay for your shit.
I will.
Because he got an attitude.
I will pay for it and never speak to them again.
You on your own, buddy. They got
you on your own. I'm gonna
no, I ain't paying. No, especially if he has an attitude like that. No, but then too, like, I would think that you have enough discernment to screen the shit before you go out. Like,
Yeah.
There has to be something. Like, this. And then look at their fingernails, please. Please look at the fingernails. They will tell you loads. But that's another story. Anyway, guys, I enjoyed you guys. See you guys next week. Bye, everybody in Facebook land, YouTube. See you next week.
Good fingernail, CJ. CJ got
appreciate you.